welcome, welcome. Audio check, audio check. Can y'all hear me? Let me just check this out. Okay. Yo, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yo, I think the audio is working. Connection is good. Okay, let me go ahead and start. So I already did the interior wax up. That was done, I guess, the traditional way. So the whole plan was to do the interior wax up first, establish my video, get the right symmetry, do my protrusive movement, excursive movements. And now I could have done the posterior wax up also the traditional way, but I'm just trying to merge right now, use the digital way to do it, see if that gives me a better workflow. So it doesn't matter how you do it. You could do it the traditional way or the digital way, but for this one, I'm doing the digital way just to show a different workflow. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Hold on, because this is saying the connection is poor. Connection. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Okay, so we are live. It's slight delay, but it's okay. If you're gonna watch the playback, that's fine. So I'll go ahead and move on. So with this case, for those of you that are just joining, I am doing a full mouth rehab. I did the interior wax up the traditional way. Now I'm doing the posterior wax up digital. Okay, so this is a case I'm simulating, just practicing on. Patient has severe wear, and I'm trying to reestablish the patient's video and then also set up my wax up so I could do overlay trying. So for this, if this is your first time in EXOCAD, you're gonna put the client's name, okay, if that's you, and then you're gonna name whatever your file or your project is. And then technician, you could leave that one blank if you wanna add any notes. And then once you do that, select the tooth that you wanna work on. So for this, I'm doing a mock-up. Can you all see my mouse? Yep, okay, so the mouse is showing. I should do a bigger mouse. Let me change my mouse settings over here. Give me a second. Mouse. Pointer and settings. Let's change the pointer speed now. Mouse pointer size. Yep. Okay, so I'll do this. And then this is green. Should I do blue? Choose another color. And then the size. Oh, this is big. So I'm just changing the size of the mouse so y'all could see where I'm pointing. Let's see. Okay, we'll try this mouse for now. Okay, so for this, since it's we're gonna do a mock-up, press OK. We're doing a 3D print, and then we're not doing virtual extraction, so you could leave that. You don't have to check this. Press OK. Okay, so I'm pressing Shift. Hold on, let's uncheck this. And for my specific case, I'm bringing all this together. So this. Then I'm doing another 3D print mock-up, yes. And then also include this one. And 3D print, okay. You wanna uncheck these, or you could leave it linked, it's up to you, that's optional. I haven't had any problems leaving it unlinked. So again, I'm new to EXOCAD, so you'll just learn with me. So that's how I did my case and practice on. So the same thing over here, you're gonna do this one. Select mock-up for the first one. And then you should be able to press Shift and then click all the other teeth and then uncheck them. Okay, like that. And then you do the same thing for the lowers. Press 3D print. So mock-up, 3D print, then you press OK. And then you press Shift and select the others. Then you go over here on this patient's left, click mock-up, 3D print, OK. And then you press Shift and add the rest. Okay, so we've selected all the posterior teeth. We don't have the wisdom teeth, so we're gonna leave that blank. And at that point, you wanna save the file. So save. Okay. Now the file is saved. I like to open the Explorer and bring in my scan. So this is the Explorer. Right now, I'm gonna get my file where I have it. So my scans I'll be bringing in. Let's see where we have that. Okay. There's my folder for that. Oops, so this is this one. Give me a second, I'm trying to find my scans document. So this is my mandibular scan. I just dragged that in. And now I'm dragging my maxillary scan in. Okay, let me just make a copy before, just in case this messes up. So I'll make a backup copy over here. Okay, so now I brought in both of my scan, my maxillary mandibular scan. Okay, so that should be in here right now. So again, if you're just now joining, select the client, which is going to be you or whoever, doesn't matter. The name of your project. Actually, yep. And then you select the teeth that you're going to work with. Typically, it'll let you select one. And then you're doing a mock-up and 3D print. And then you come back and you select the remainder in that specific sections, if you want to look at it that way. So this one, you select that. Then you do the same thing. You repeat it over here, repeat, and then repeat. Now, once you've selected all the teeth that you're going to be working on, you go ahead and save, open the Explorer, and then you drag your files in. Once that's done, now you go to design. Okay, so there are other ways to do this. That's just the way that I've found that worked for me. You could go to the CAD folder, drag the files over if you want to do it that way. I don't do it that way. I simply set everything up, save, then I go to open an Explorer, and then I drag my two scans, a maxillary mandibular scan. Now, once you press design, it's gonna ask you the option to upload. You're gonna be uploading the maxillary. So for this maxillary scan, this is my maxillary scan. And then I press open. Now it's gonna ask for the lower jaw, which is your mandibular scan. Make sure you don't get those mixed up. All right. So now what you have to do is to make sure that you're not seeing any red. So you orient your cast to where you're not seeing any red. Okay, so you want to see this, you're seeing the cast, but you're not seeing any red. And then you press next. Okay. And then We have some undercuts over here. Go ahead and press next. And then just let it load. It's designing all your teeth, so just let it load. All right. Still loading. Then press next. Okay, so there we got our cast, and you could see the type of wear that the patient has. Well, in this case, the in the posterior. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wax both the left, right, posterior, maxillary, mandibular, and then we're gonna check the occlusion, and then from there we're gonna print the wax up, and then we're gonna make a putty, so we could do our overlay try-in. Okay. So for this, I'm gonna start off, it's asking right here, mesial contact of number 5. So I'm just gonna hide the mandibular cast. So you could do that one way is show all. Okay, and then you scroll down. Let's hide this one. Hide this one also. Okay, that's the top. That's the bottom. Okay. Not sure why this one is showing, yeah, 1 to 2. So 1 to 2 is over here. Okay, or the shortcut, which I recommend everybody learn, is N, you press N, it will show, and then you press N again, it will hide. And for the maxillary, you press X, and then you press it again, and it will hide. So learn the shortcuts, it's gonna save you a lot of time. Okay, so I'm gonna put this way, and let's get this, hold on. Turn this way, okay. So now it wants me to start from the mesial contact of the tooth, so we start over here. Let's do that, and bring that here. Okay, I am gonna change my mouse, it's slightly too big. So let's change that. My mouse setting. Mouse pointer. A little too big for this, kind of blocking the show. So let's see the pointer, mouse window. Mouse pointer. Okay, let's change that, and then. Okay, so this should be a little smaller. All right. So I dragged it to the mesial part over here. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to get it close enough. So let's put it right here. And then once you do that, see it's gonna move. I like to go and change the type of the tooth selection. So in here you have all this. I just like to just go right here in this dot over here. You can't see. Let me bring this up. Oh, why is this not moving? Just change it so y'all can see this. Okay, so right here, the small little dot in the bottom, this is gonna let you just switch through instead of going through clicking one by one by one by one. You don't want to do that. Just leave it right there, and then just use the drop down little keys, arrows over here, up and down, and see which one kind of covers most of the teeth. Again, this is just a wax up, so it doesn't need to be perfect. And if anything, you don't want a lot of ridges and stuff because you're going to be making some occlusal adjustments. So choose something that has flat planes and at the same time kind of covers most of the teeth that you have. If not, you're gonna have to be doing a lot of moving and adding and sculpting, and you don't want to do that. So I feel like this is close enough. Let's see. That looks close enough to me. Okay. Okay, so let's look at this again. This should be fine. I don't want to spend too much time on this. This is close enough, yes, but I'll cycle through the rest. Let's see. No. No. I kind of like this one because it's kind of flat. ZRS 5.6. This one looks better actually. Well, closer to what we have. Yep. This is what? 55. This one looks better. Okay. Yeah, I might have to come back to the ZRS 55. No. 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 Nope. This one is close, pretty close, I would say also. Nope. And then, as you could see the outline of the tooth, like right here, it's missing, so the wax up is not gonna cover it. Again, can it work? Yes, but you're gonna have to spend more time dragging it and moving it all over the place. Find something that matches from the start, so you have less adjustments to do later. Just gonna improve your workflow. ZR. This one is kind of close. Slightly. No. Okay. Still going through them, just cycling through them. Okay, digital. Okay. Let's see. All right, so I'm still cycling through. I'm just gonna cycle through. Let's see. And again, if you want me to make a specific video of this, like more streamlined, I could do that. I'm just going through and showing you all how to do this. Which one covers most of the teeth in your so-called prep? I kind of like this one because it covers this good, this good, this good. This one I have to make slight adjustments, so maybe I might work with this one. Actually, let me see. Yeah, I'm actually digging this one. Might be too much anatomy though for what we're trying to do, but I'm gonna try a different one. I'm gonna cycle through some more. This one doesn't have that much anatomy, so that might be okay. This one has a lot of anatomy over here too. And this one is smooth. I actually like this one too. And it's not a bad fit also. Okay, so I think I'll go with this one. So let's see. I like this one, but it goes too far to the cervical. I like this one, generic. I don't like those that cover the entire tooth on the facial side. I prefer to keep it at the top. So excellent. Let me see. This has too much anatomy. Let's see that. Giving you a headache yet? Yeah. Exoplane.